Study in silence. Let your success make the noise. Your success isn't recognized when you're studying until the early hours in the morning. It's not recognized when you're the first person walking into the library at 7 in the morning. Your success isn't recognized when you're hustling every day behind closed doors. Yet this is where your success is made. It's during the daily habits and routine. When you're putting in the discipline and building your work ethic on a daily basis and applying these skills consistently, that is what will push you to the next level. It's the discipline that you cultivate in the lonely nights of studying to the early mornings. To have the results, you've got to be willing to do what everyone else is not willing to do. You have to go places where everyone else is not willing to go. If you look at the all-time greats, all throughout history, the top 0.1%, the true leaders, the titans, look at what they do. They don't seek short-term pleasure in everything they do. That's what the 99% do. The top 0.1% do the opposite, because they understand that if you want to have a great life, look at what the 99% do and do the opposite. And if you're truly in the 0.1%, be prepared. Your life will change like you can't even imagine. You can help people on a scale that is unfathomable. You can buy cars and houses like you didn't think was possible. But be prepared. As you start changing the world, you will be called a freak, a misfit, greedy. They'll say you just got lucky. But remember this, if you don't have people hating on you, then you're not there yet. You can be world class, or you can fit in with the world. You don't get to do both. As Jocko Willink mentions in his podcast, there's these weak thoughts that go through every student's mind, sometimes even on a daily basis. These are the weak thoughts that say, you've had enough. These are the thoughts that say, you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. Your grades are good enough. There's no room for improvement. These are the weak thoughts in your mind that act as a defense mechanism. They want to let you escape, to run away. But you need to push back. Don't negotiate with these negative thoughts that spring up when you're at your weakest. You're in charge. Do not let them control you. These thoughts are liars, and they just want to bring you down. Think about it. If you give in now, what is it going to mean later? We need to make choices in our lives where, even though the decision we make right now may not be the most comfortable, and maybe we feel like we don't want to study right now, but we know that it will help produce great results in the future. Whether it be exam day, graduation, when you are applying for internships or scholarships, and you have a strong set of exam results to fall back on. Greatness does not happen easily. The costs are huge. It means battling these negative thoughts on a daily basis. It means fighting the procrastination, ignoring it, pushing it to the back of your mind. Do what you have to do to eliminate the procrastination. Being great is going to take sacrifices. It's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's a constant battle of going the extra mile, doing things that other people are not prepared to do, putting in the hours that other people are not prepared to put in, waking up before other people are willing to wake up, preparing for exams before anyone else in your class are willing to start preparing. It's not an easy journey. That's why there are so few people who achieve greatness. Because by its very nature, only the top 1% are able to reach it. Because only 1% of people are willing to pay the price. Only 1% have the attitude of a winner. Only 1% are willing to do whatever it takes. They do not take the easy way out. You need to train that instinct. To study when you're tired. To study when you're bored. To study when you want to relax. Of course, get 8 hours sleep a day. Eat well. Exercise. Socialize. Your mental and physical health should always be your priority. In the long term, you need your mental and physical health to reach greatness. So do not ignore it. Short term and long term. Make it a priority. But don't use that as an excuse to be lazy. You need to train your mind to push back on the negative thoughts. Train your mind to say, get up, go, keep fighting. And if that's what you become, if that becomes your gut instinct, if that becomes your natural reaction when negative thoughts pop up in your mind, you will overcome just about anything that stands in your path. You've got to say, I've got to take control of this process, and not just hope it's going to work out like most people do. Your studying should be a constant pursuit that's going on all the time, and when you're pushing yourself, seeing your performance and grades increase, that's when you start to feel alive. That's when you start to feel your best. But that motion of studying makes people feel so uneasy that they think, well, I'm gonna work hard and study hard and do well in my exams until I graduate, and then I'm gonna get to a place of calm. I'm here to tell you, that place doesn't exist. It's not a real place. And the problem is, a lot of people are motivated because they think they're going to reach this destination where they're finally happy. That place is not real. If you have $1 million, you want $1 billion. If you have a fast car, you want a faster car. You will realize eventually that growth is what makes you happy. It's not the destination that will finally make you happy. It's the journey you're on to get to that destination. It's about improvement in the way you think. It's improvement in the way you push yourself to achieve bigger and better things. It's improvement in the way you make mistakes and understand what you can learn from them. But also, it's about understanding what you've done right and building upon them. So the next time you're facing a decision where you want instant gratification and you forgot about the long-term goal and you forgot about the dreams you have, that's when it's time to get excited. You need to pump yourself up. You need to remember the reason why you're doing it. You need to close your eyes and see where you're going to be 10 or 20 years' time. You need to smell it, hear it, and feel it within you exactly how it will be if you decide to push your work back and procrastinate, and if you decide to stay focused and stay disciplined and get the work done. It's on you. No one else can make that decision for you. Burn that long-term dream into your mind. Think about it. Talk about it. Write about it. Stick Post-it notes around your room about it. But most importantly, do something about it. And if you haven't already started, you can start right now. Starting with one small decision. How many hours are you planning on studying tonight? Or tomorrow? Ask yourself that right now. How many hours are you planning on studying? Great. Now double it. That is how many hours you will study. It's an easy first step to make. So simple, but it can kick you out of your comfort zone. Go with the non-traditional path, the road less traveled. Be a leader. Be revolutionary. And I'll leave you with the words of Matthew Hussey, because this video was made for all the crazy people, the irrationals, For everybody that doesn't want to just live an average life. In order to craft a life that you love more than the life that you have today, you have to start being a little irrational. Reasonable people adapt themselves to the world. Unreasonable people attempt to adapt the world to themselves. All progress, therefore, depends on unreasonable people. So you have two options right now. You can either be one of life's reasonable people, or you can be someone who's slightly unreasonable. Somebody who demands more from life.